Well, boys, we did it. Racism is no more.
Now, I know a lot of you are sitting at home wondering, when is another gigantic multinational corporation with a long history of mistreating their thousands of employees bending the knee to Chinese censorship, putting black characters like John Boyega on the back of their posters, and many other ridiculous atrocities in exchange for money? When are they going to finally come out and say, I'm a part of team, I vehemently oppose bad things, and here's a bunch of blood money to buy me a little bit more time? Well, Disney has finally caved to online pressure and donated $5 million to the NAACP and other social justice organizations. Great, good for you. I think charitable donations are a good thing. I'm not going to donation shame you like some of the people we're going to laugh at in this video will, but good for you. I know the reality probably escapes you that almost none of this money will actually make it into the black community. It will just line the pockets of upper middle class white people who often infiltrate these organizations and siphon off money. But good on you for the headlines, Disney. I know you needed a W after all that China backlash. Now, the Disney company pledges $5 million to NAACP and other social justice organizations. Today, they announced their pledge to donate $5 million in the wake of nationwide Black Lives Matter protests. Wow, they don't matter in terms of money. You're willing to minimize Black Lives' presence in your films if China says they don't like darky on their poster. You're fine with that as long as you get them China bucks, right? So I'm sure everyone will praise you on just how stunning and brave this was, but the rest of us who, are here on planet Earth, who aren't taking our moral code from giant faceless corporations that don't care about us, we remember. It's interesting, John Boyega was on the streets today, leading a peaceful, I guess at the beginning, protest, doing his thing. I applaud him for it. It was awesome. I continue to think it's really odd that he hasn't said anything about Disney. It's almost like he values money more than justice too. I don't know. I'm not in the position to speak out. John Boyega was protesting today, and he was literally wronged by the company that pays him. He could come out today, and they would be calling him stunning and brave. I'm curious why he doesn't. Now, of course, if you don't know who Disney is, you must be living under a rock, as it is obviously Walt Disney, Pixar, Marvel Studios. Disney has a long-standing reputation for being a company committed to charitable efforts and recently donated 15 tons of surplus food from closed parks to help communities affected by everything going on right now. Wow, stunning and brave. It couldn't possibly be that some suit in an office covered with mahogany wood and fancy glasses and bottled water said, this food's going to go to waste. We literally have to throw it in the dumpster. How can we get a tax write-off for it? Now, I'm not going to diminish the value that the people needed this food. Look, during the shutdown, there were a lot of kids that rely on school lunches. That's like the only food they get, especially in the inner city. So when they shut down schools, there are people that needed that. But I'm not exactly going to get down on my knees and take their virtue sauce all over my face because they got a gigantic tax write-off, all right? Disney also showed its solidarity with the movement by announcing a $5 million donation to support social justice, starting with a $2 million donation to NAACP. A quote from Chief Executive Bob Chapek was shared, blah, blah, blah. Please like and retweet us. Disney didn't stop there. The company has a program called Disney Employee Matching Gifts, which provides employees with opportunity to increase their social impact by matching donations at eligible organizations. How many people work for Disney, have extra money to donate? You're joking, right? You mean all those employees that you laid off, that are sitting at home right now? That is what you call a low risk, high reward investment. But the people of Twitter definitely weren't happy about it. You can see even in the article that I'm reading, the top of just a few comments saying 5 million is a joke. But then you can see a thread assembled by Data Racer, always worth a good follow, Data Racer 117 on Twitter. Disney has bent the knee to riders donating $5 million to, quote, advance social justice causes. They have been bullying social justice or Disney's social media accounts all week demanding they, quote, open the purse and pay the bill for protesters. SJWs are now celebrating that bullying a corporation works. And we can see the original tweet here where Walt Disney announces it. They have pledged $5 million. Okay, congratulations. Let's look at some of the people giving you credit. Disney, give $1 billion to bail funds or shut up. $1 billion to bail funds? How much money do you need for bail? Most states, you don't want to know another hilarious scam that's going on right now. What I think is this whole bail funds thing. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong on this, but New York, I thought they got rid of bail. Most of these states aren't even requiring bail. They're just releasing these people. There was a state, I think St. Louis, where they didn't even hold looters. Okay? So what do you mean? Who needs this money? So you're going to have $1 million, $2 million in this bail fund. And then when everybody forgets about this next week, where's that money going? Are you going to put it into the black communities, or is it going to sit in a high interest yield account for a few select people to earn interest off of? I mean, pardon me if I don't have a lot of faith in the American or global charity system. There are very few charities out there that I can really rely on. One of them, Toys for Tots. I donate to them every year. Obviously, it's not applicable necessarily right here, but there are very few good high quality charities, but these corporations don't care about doing their work. They just toss money and expect retweets. Okay, Disney, that was cute. Now let's see some real donations. Burn down the parks. Cool, start paying some bail. Then open your wallets. You can pay for every bailout in the country. Open up your purse, colonizer. Redistribute your wealth, Disney. Donate some bail funds. This is a company that just gave $5 million, and the public's reaction is, give me more.
More.
I'm sorry if I don't sympathize with somebody, in this case, a mega huge corporation, if I'm going to think twice before giving money again. Because there is a large group of people that are never happy, and most of them reside exclusively on Twitter. Now, at the end of the day, I can try to be positive about this and think, boy, I really hope this money makes a change. I really do. I'm not being sarcastic. It's not a shtick. I really do hope. But blindly throwing money at charity solves almost nothing. If you want to be shocked, go back and see how much of that money was donated to the hurricane relief that actually made it to the streets. Go ask anyone who got evacuated on New Orleans and see how much of the millions, maybe even billions that were raised ended up in their pockets. Doesn't sound like much. Most of them never moved back to New Orleans. They couldn't afford to. They lost everything they had. But celebrities were throwing money into mystery charity funds and being worshipped by Twitter, and nobody knows where that money went either. Open your purse, you oversized rat. Bail funds. Prove it. Donate bail funds. Proof bullying works. Now they're proud of it. So we bullied you. Proof that bullying works. Thanks, Mr. Mouse. Proof it works. Proof it works. Step one, donate. Fire your employees we don't like. Take other people off your PR list. I'll wait. Open your purse works. See what calling them out does? Keep calling them out. These people, I don't necessarily believe in privilege, but if I did, this is what it looks like. People spending all day on Twitter on their $800 iPhones demanding some corporation donate money to some charity that's probably crooked so that nobody gets any support in the neighborhoods. These are the same people that support rich, upper middle class white kids rolling in from the suburbs and burning these neighborhoods down and then going home and leaving everyone else to deal with it. Nobody thinks about that when they're worshiping these clowns who come down all dressed in black and ruin these neighborhoods. Nobody thinks about who's stuck holding the bag, and it's going to be the same people that got stuck in Detroit. It's going to be the same people that are getting stuck in Milwaukee and New York City. It never changes. None of this money has any real effect except for PR and bluster and people on Twitter to talk about how they think that they had any influence whatsoever in Disney donating this money. Disney has an entire group of employees that strategically place their money, that strategically make the right time to donate the right amount of money. They have somebody that makes more money than any one of us that wrote that tweet, all right? So no, your little social media outrage mob didn't make Disney do anything. They were going to donate it like all the other mindless clone corporations too. They were also going to do very little research into where the money goes, and then they were going to wash their hands of it. But, you know, on to the next thing apparently. Good job, Disney. You're awesome. Thanks for saving the world. I'll forget all about China and what you do to appease them. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.